The pain, the fear, the harness cutting into the sides of 30-year-old Walter Coodey as he dangles 150 feet in the air, waiting for salvation. A co-worker tells what went wrong in the routine paint job.
When he got to the top of the belly, I was looking out and I heard him scream. Then all of a sudden, I see this fall. I watch it fall down because I thought he was in it. Okay, then I look back up, and then you see him slap into the barrel, the bubble of it, and he falls back out, falls another 10 feet, and he stops.
Hayes called the Ponderosa Fire Department. They began the rescue, carefully explaining to the frightened man what was happening.
2 people down on either side of you. They're going to tie you off onto their ropes and bring you down with them.
And together with the Houston Fire Department high-rise rescue team, bring him down they did. But Coodey dangled from the side of that water tower in North Houston for more than an hour in pain, cuts on his face, arms, legs. He's in stable condition tonight at Northwest Houston Medical Center.
I can't hear you very well right now.
Can you hear me now?
Just a little. I can hear you just a little bit. There's a little bit static on the line.
All right, it looked like more than 100 feet from where we looked. How did it look up there?
It was about 100 feet, about 130 feet we were up, and he was caught up there on his safety harness, and we just lowered our lines down to him, and I went down there and hooked him up to my safety harness, made sure that he couldn't go anywhere.
Let's look again at the rescue as you performed it this afternoon, and tell us about your training. How many times have you done this?
Well, it's my first rescue that I've done. I've done training recently in April. I just finished up training up at Texas A&M, and you know, with that training there, I used that, and everything just came automatically when I arrived there today.
Well, you can see what's going on here. Were you nervous at this point?
I wasn't really thinking about being nervous. I knew I had a task to accomplish, so I just went in there and accomplished it. We heard in the interview earlier with you that you talked about lunch and all that. Tell us about that conversation, if you will. Well, when I arrived to Mr. Coodey, I started, you know, I just first thing I wanted to do is make sure he was all right. I checked him out and everything, and he seemed fine. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that we were going to do this as safely as possible. And what I did is I called Roger from the Houston Fire Department, and we got him out here, and he gave us a hand. He happens to be my instructor up at A&M, so I felt confident that he was going to, you know, do the best job that we could to get him down safely.
How did you folks decide up there with the three of you hanging who was going to do what at what time and who was going down with whom and all that?
Well, at first I thought that I was going to let Roger take him and just bring it down, and then Roger said, well, we'll do it together. So I said, okay, well, we'll work it out. So we both came down together with the victim.
Do you have any tips for any other folks who might someday be in the same situation you were in, having to rescue somebody 100 feet in the air?
Well, I would suggest that, you know, you go to training and you do your training. It doesn't all come, you know, just by going out and doing it.
Sure.
You got to go out and train and do it safely. You don't want to get yourself hurt at doing anything like this. That was our objective today.
You're a volunteer fireman. What do you do when you're not rescuing people off water towers?
Well, I'm self-employed, so I try to keep myself busy at home. I work out of the house, and whenever there is an incident out here, I usually am. I try to do my best to be out there and help out.
Well, you did your best today, and congratulations again, Mr. Cote. We appreciate your visiting with us.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I was afraid of the victim, and then we brought him on. Anything to happen to them, I knew they were in a high-stress situation. They didn't want to make any mistakes. One mistake in a situation like this, and you can cost somebody their life and yourself.
I'm Wayne Dolcefino. Even veterans of this dangerous business of high-rise rescue call Wednesday's water tower operation a tough one. For the volunteers of the Ponderosa Fire Department, it was a first.
I just wanted to get him down safely without hurting him or myself.
23-year-old Paul Cote runs a monogram business when he's not volunteering his time and risking his life for a 14-mile area of North Harris County. Just last month, he went to a special school in high-rise rescues. Boy, did it pay off Wednesday when Cote helped save the life of a painter dangling near death.
He told me that this was going to be the end of his painting water tower career.
He could laugh about it when it was over and take pride that everyone made it down to the ground safe.
It's nice. It's going to be a good morale booster, and for any type of volunteer organization, whenever you can come out and do something like this and, you know, do your job, it feels good for everybody, and everybody out here, we all work together.
It's a hobby, yeah. It's something that gets into you. You know, this is our paycheck. Bringing somebody down from something like this, that's our paycheck.